friends, today we're going to talk about fodder. And fodder is so simple. Fodder is basically just sprouted seeds or grains that you feed to your livestock. Now we have 3 bunny girls that are California giant Flemish crosses, and then we have 10 baby chicks right now and 19 ducklings. So they are getting a little bit older. They're definitely ready for treats. They're about a month old, maybe a little older. And what we want to do is we want to increase the amount of nutrition they're getting. Several days a week we have frozen ground, so we can't put them outside. It's just too cold. They don't have full feathers yet. So we want to make sure that during the winter they have as much nutrition as possible so they can grow and be healthy. And I mean, in nature, no animal just eats like a dry processed product. So why would we want our animals to eat that inside? Make it super simple. You guys can watch a million other videos, I'm sure, on how to do this, but I want you to understand that you definitely need to spend at least $4,000 to make this work, and you need to have the newest, fanciest systems. Otherwise, you can't do it. Just kidding. So freaking simple. Literally, this is a Sterilite tub. It's like, I think less than $2. I got a bunch of them at Walmart. You put the seeds into this little bucket, cover it with water, wait a couple days, and then you transfer the seeds once they've started to sprout a root. Transfer them into the same type of bucket, couple bucks, that you have taken your very fancy drill gun and a tiny drill bit and drilled holes in so that the water can drain out. Then you just put the seeds in there, and once or twice a day, give them a good rinse. I use lukewarm water just to make sure that they are all clean and moisturized, because you don't want them to get moldy. So you don't want them soaking in water because they'll rot, and you don't want them to be so dry that they can't grow. So there's a happy medium. For me, it's you wake up in the morning, you give them a quick rinse, and then before you go to bed, you give them a quick rinse. And if you do that, they grow really, really well and really quickly. So we have 2 kinds of things that we have here. The first is whole barley, and we ordered this on Amazon, folks. It's from powergrowsystems.com. So again, you can get seeds from anywhere. You just want to make sure, 1, they're organic, and 2, that you don't buy mass quantities of them if you're not planning on storing them properly and dealing with a huge amount of them. You can get these little 5-pound bags. Okay, they're not that big of a deal. Each single bucket only needs 1 pound. So what I did is I took this 5-pound bag of barley, and you guys know how I love my Better Homes and Gardens candles, right? So I take this candle, it sits on my stove all week and it burns, and then I end up with a jar with an awesome lid that's super airtight, and I love them. So I use these for everything, from the refrigerator to livestock. So this is my next one up. My other candle just finished today, so we're gonna have this weird butterscotch thing going this week, which is great. And so those same jars, I took 5 of them, and in them I put an equal amount of seed. So in a 5-pound bag fit perfectly in this, and I'll probably get a close-up of this and put it on Instagram for you guys if you want to see again what kind we have. So I'll make sure there's a shot on Instagram for you. But basically what it is a simple system. You now have 1 pound. If I don't feel like doing it that day, or if I ask Brian to do it for me, he can walk over, grab 1 jar, dump it in, cover it in water, make sure it has enough water covering it because they're going to swell, and that's it. Boom, done, soaking. We started with this 5-pound bag of hard red winter wheat. Again, that is Plou's Brands. It comes out of Washington. And that's what we have going right now. So these seeds that have sprouted are just now starting to get their green stems. The roots have been there for a few days. And I did the same thing, right? So I just took this 5-pound bag, split it into jars so we can start a new bucket every day. So this bucket of fodder is going to need another few days to grow. Once it sprouts green, within 4 or 5 days, it either needs light or it's going to stop growing. So we know that at that point, the grass will be, I don't know, maybe 2.5 to 3 inches tall, and we can break off a chunk and feed it to the rabbits, another chunk for the ducks and the chickens. So really, the point of this is to give them an increased level of nutrition. If they were just to eat the seeds, they would likely only get like maybe 30 to 40% of the nutrition out of them, when they could get maybe 80 to 90% of the nutrition if they're going to eat a sprouted seed that is much healthier. Kind of like how we go to Jamba Juice and get wheatgrass shots. Exact same thing. This is literally wheat red hard winter wheat, growing grass. So we're giving our chickens a wheatgrass shot, but it's not puree, they do that themselves. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoy watching the fodder journey. I'll definitely continue to show you how this grows, and maybe even a video of them attacking it, because I think they're gonna really love it. So we're just getting started, and we'll keep going with the process to show you the next step. All right, guys, let's start a couple buckets of fodder. It's as simple as taking our jar, 1 pound of barley seeds, dump it in the bucket. I'm actually gonna start 2 because I didn't start any yesterday. Not a big deal, just do it when you can. If you let one grow an extra day, and you serve one a day earlier, like, it's not rocket science. The animals are not going to know. These chickens are just going to be so grateful. So we're not going to have to feed them 2 on the same day is what I'm saying. So basically now I have my empty jars, which I can refill with more seeds for the next batch. But what we want to do is just get all these seeds, which you can see in here, kind of evenly dispersed. I usually look through them just to make sure there's no rocks or nothing funky. In the red wheat, we had a bunch of peas. Peas are perfectly safe for our livestock to eat, so we left them in there, and now we have sprouted peas. Pea shoots are no big deal. They're great. More variety, more nutrition. We're cool with it. But I just look them over, make sure there's not like a bunch of rocks or anything funky in them, because I want to make sure that we're not giving them something they shouldn't have. That's it. And then I just take a quick lukewarm amount of water. Feels good. And I'll just literally fill that up so they're completely covered, okay? I usually fill it probably 1 inch or 2 inches more than the seeds are, because they do swell up. So keep that in mind. That was pretty simple. You've now started your fodder. So some of the seeds will float, might look a little funky in there. It's okay. Just needs to be warm, not hot, like we're not trying to cook the seeds, but it's not an oatmeal bake. It's just some fodders. What I'll do is I will dump this out tomorrow morning. The excess water that's in it, I'll dump it out, and then I'll rinse it really good and refill it if it needs to soak for longer. I don't mind soaking it for longer. People are like, oh, only soak things for 8 to 10 hours, no more. The reality is, it depends on your temperature. There's a lot that goes into it. So if you're going to soak them in cold water, they're going to take longer to sprout. They don't germinate as quickly. So I try to use lukewarm water. We keep our house freezing cold. We don't need it to be super hot in here. So typically my interior home temperature is pretty cold. So it may take 2 days before mine have truly sprouted a root. As soon as they sprout a root, that's when I dump them and transfer them into the trays that have holes in the bottom. So once I put it into that, then it's just a rinse twice a day. But for now, I soak them and I change out their water twice a day until they've sprouted a root. Then I know they've germinated and they're ready to be moved over. So just keep an eye on them. If you have a batch like the red hard wheat, I put that in and it took 2 full days before it was ready to be transferred. And now it's growing beautifully. But if I had transferred it too early, it wouldn't have worked. So I definitely think that you just need to keep an eye on it. And once it sprouts a root and it's ready to go, dump it and then do your twice a day rinse. And I think you'll be all set. So I'm going to fill this one up and then we'll be done for today. So on a total side note, I just wanted to share something with you guys because he's not in this video. And I know how much you all love him and love to see him. But his bunny made a cameo. When we bought our house, our HOA house, we got this bunny. It was just like on the porch. It's like this really, really heavy cast iron bunny that's like, I have no idea, maybe like 10 pounds. I mean, I'm like using my forearm strength to pick this guy up. He's so heavy. And Bennett loves him and he gives him kisses. And like, we moved across the country and there was no way we were leaving this bunny behind, because I'm telling you, this kid is about his bunny. So the bunny now lives on the counter, and every now and then we give him a kiss and we say hi to our bunny. And the fact that he now has live bunny girls, He is so in love with these bunnies. He literally wants to climb in their cage every day. Like, it's his hope. So we try to keep him out of there, but he does know how to open the side door now to the bunny cage. So toddlers, they're so freaking amazing. Everyone should get one. It's beginning to look a lot like fodder. Couldn't help myself. Merry Christmas.
Hi.
Hi, friends. Okay, so the fodder has been growing for 2 more days. So you saw it 2 days ago. This is how much it's grown in 2 days, just so you could see like a height. It's pretty awesome. It's nice. We're just growing our grass. This is our wheatgrass.
Wheatgrass?
And this is our other container of wheatgrass. This one had far fewer seeds in it, so it's a little bit less dense looking in the green part, but plenty of nutrition in here. So we're going to take this down, and we're going to give a little bit to each of them because this is the first time they've had fodder. We don't want to just dump the whole thing in.
They sound pretty excited.
How much do you want to feed them?
3/4.
So the barley roots feel different. They're kind of like, I don't know, more like finer feeling.
Yes, Mommy. Yes. Yes, Mommy.
Some definite excitement for fodder.
What are you doing?
Do you think I should put like a little chunk down there for the chickens?
What are you doing,
Up here in the
Dada?
corner works good. You know, just...
That one is standing in the tree bowl. Do you see it over there?
Yeah. Bennett, they're doing so good. You see them eating their fodder?
So these are just the organic barley seeds that we sprouted.
Hi.
They're pretty big.
Oh, thanks for the good kids.
Honestly, I think the trick to this is that we make sure that it doesn't get dry and we don't let it get moldy. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta rinse this stuff at least twice a day. Sometimes I do it 3 times a day.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, buddy.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna feed our ducks some fodder. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Do you like to eat this grass?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Bennett loves to go pick a piece out, and sometimes he'll pull the seed off, sometimes he'll eat the seed. You want to take a...
I can't reach.
Okay, well, here you go. Here you go. You can pull some. Daddy, can you see it? You can flip it so you can see him eating the grass. Just press the button in the corner. That's so funny.
You getting that fodder? Is that yummy?
Yummy day.
That's yummy, thanks. You want some more?
Yeah. Want some, Daddy?
Sure, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay, so we still have quite a bit, and I'm thinking maybe we'll give them, like, that's what we have left of a tray. So we have about half a tray left. I'm thinking we'll probably let them chew what they have there. We might give them a little bit more right before we walk out the door, but I think we'll let them play with that for a minute and give the bunny girls a quick check to see if they would like some. I know they got a pumpkin chunk, so they might not be needing others. I think they're getting down on the pumpkin. You want to wait on the fodder?
Let's try it.
Okay. We'll just give them a little bit of fodder. It's so nice to see that they like pumpkin. I didn't even know. We have so many pumpkins that we grew on our hill.
Next job.
Nice job. Thumbs up, baby. Yay. I love you.
Another.
Good job.
Another, mommy. Another.
Okay, so I put this fodder back in here so you can see how much is left. That's going to take them a couple minutes to get through that. So I'm thinking if this is how much we're making every day, and again, just so you guys know, I ended up using half of a container every day, so it's a half pound of seed instead of a full pound, because a full pound seemed like crazy full. And this is plenty dense, and there's plenty of nutrition in a half pound a day. Plus, we don't have...
Nice job.
Nice job, baby. We don't have full-grown animals.
Yes, Mama.
And we don't have that many animals, right? We're not feeding like beef cattle where we would need tons of this. So we're just gonna give them little bits at a time.